Most of the time, when looking for a powerful weapon in Terraria, fire rate is an extremely important factor, as the speed you can deal damage typically not only increases the DPS, but also the chances you have of hitting your target. Today, we're going to be looking at a weapon which takes the exact opposite approach to this, and excels in damage while having a much slower fire rate. Of course, I'm talking about the sniper rifle. The question we have to ask ourselves is, does this compromise make the weapon less effective, or is it just another way to dish out high damage to a range of enemies? Before we jump into it though, did you know that nearly 90% of you beautiful people aren't actually subscribed? So if you love binging my content, why not let YouTube know, as it truly does help out the channel. Okay, so let's see how you can get your hands on this weapon. The sniper rifle is a post-plantera ranged weapon which is dropped from skeleton snipers found in your dungeon. While most of the time, dungeon drops can be quite easily obtained, unfortunately skeleton snipers particularly spawn against the slab wall variant. In my case, the farm I had already created was backed by brick walls, meaning skeleton commanders spawned instead, and frustratingly, it's not guaranteed that you'll get all three variants, and so my dungeon was completely absent of any slab wall. If this happens in your dungeon, it's not the end of the world, as there's still a small chance of spawning against non-matching wall. It's just going to make the process of farming for them a lot slower. Luckily, with a generous drop rate of 15.97%, after only killing a few, I managed to get the sniper rifle to drop. Hopefully, you'll be able to get your hands on it nice and quick. So then, let's take a look at this thing's performance. Off the bat, the sniper rifle comes with an extraordinary base damage of 185, topping even the SDMG. Of course, the catch is, as you'd expect, the sniper rifle fires at a far slower fire rate than most ranged weapons. This doesn't stop it from dealing some pretty good DPS though, and due to converting regular bullets into high velocity ones, can pierce up to 2 enemies, making it fantastic against lines of enemies. Plus, it also comes with a built-in scope, which can be used to scout around a wider field of view. One of the many blessings of having high base damage means that in a lot of cases, its lower fire rate doesn't even matter, as it can take out enemies in a single hit. And even against tanky enemies like biomimics, it only takes a few shots to take out multiple of them, thanks to the piercing not having any damage fall off. So at this point, you're probably wondering how it performs against bosses, as surely such a low fire rate would make fights drag on forever. Surprisingly, I didn't find this the case. Against Golem, for example, I was dealing upwards of 3000 damage per shot, thanks to the extremely high crit chance and piercing. This kind of damage is possible even without the stealth buff from Shrew My Armor, and I managed to get my rifle dealing nearly 500 damage with a crit chance of over 100%. Insane. Now, at this point in progression, you're probably wondering how it does against the cultist, and I'd say it does a pretty average job. I managed to deal some solid damage early on, but then after accidentally shooting the wrong cultist illusion, it all fell apart thanks to using chlorophyte bullets. Most of my shots homed onto other entities and dragged on the fight for way too long. Perhaps I should have stuck with high velocity bullets for this fight. This doesn't make chlorophyte bullets useless though, and I actually found that one of my favourite and most overpowered things to do with this weapon is to act like a turret in the middle of an event. By vaguely clicking in either direction, the sniper rifle was able to one-shot most Eclipse enemies, dealing over 1000 damage every shot. I just love this and think it's a really easy way to brainlessly farm waves of enemies. If you've used the sniper rifle, I'd love to hear your thoughts about it down below. With so many great ranged options becoming available at this stage of the game, I understand why the sniper rifle is usually disregarded, and why faster firing options like the tactical shotgun, which also is a dungeon drop, are used instead. I guess it really depends on your playstyle. I can see this weapon working especially well in multiplayer, having one player get close and aggressive, while the ranger looms in the background stealthed up. Thanks for watching. For more Terraria content like this, drop a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.